Hi, this is Kim Reads Urantia. How are you doing? So we're going to read from the Urantia book. But first we got Light the Flame by Andrew Harvey. Okay. And, okay. So this is November 5th. A Sufi prayer by Andrew Harvey. This says, wherever I turn, may I see the face of God. So that's wonderful. Wherever I turn, may I see the face of God. Because the face of God is in everything. Everything, literally. Literally everything. Everything has, to me, the fingerprint of God is Tao. So there's the Tao energy of change and transmutation in everything. And it just rolls through everything. That's what I see wherever I look. So, okay, we're going to read from the Urantia book. Okay. We got paper 24, Higher Personalities of the Infinite Spirit. I know I did some things to my hair. I know it's different. It's kind of funny, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. We might do something else with it. Oh, no. I don't know if I like it or not. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. It's all right. So we're doing paper 24, part 7, origins, section 7, origin of the graduate guides. Okay, so the graduate guides help us through our ascension through Havona to paradise. Though evolution is not the order of the central universe, we believe that the graduate guides are the perfected or more experienced members of another order of central universe creatures, the Havona servitals. Okay, evolution is not the order of the central universe. So graduate guides are perfected or more experienced members of another order of central universe creatures, the Havona servitals. Okay, so they're saying, well, even though we don't look at evolving or goal setting in Havona because everything's perfect there, but this is kind of like an exception to this rule. Havona servitals will evolve into being graduate guides. Graduate guides show such a breadth of sympathy and such a capacity for understanding the ascendant creatures that we are convinced they have gained this culture by actual service in the super universe realms as the Havona servitals of universal ministry. If this view is not correct, how can we account for the continuous disappearance of the senior or more experienced servitals? Okay, so these things just kind of disappear and then because yeah, it did say something like that when we're talking about the graduate guides, that they kind of show up randomly. Their origin is something of a mystery. I'm going back here to section 6, paragraph 4. The number of graduate guides is beyond the power, but their origin is something of a mystery. They have not existed from eternity. The first one was Malvorian. Okay. That's interesting. A servitor will be long absent from Havona on a super universe assignment, having been on many such missions previously. Will return home, be granted the privilege of personal contact with the Paradise Central Shining, will be embraced by the luminous persons and disappear from the recognition of his spirit fellows, never more to reappear among those of his kind. On returning from super-universe service, a Havona spirit servital may enjoy numerous divine embraces and emerge therefrom merely an exalted servital. Okay, experiencing the luminous embrace does not necessarily signify that the servital must translate into a graduate guide. But almost 1/4 of those who achieve the divine embrace never return to the service of the realms. Back to paragraph 2 here. The luminous persons, okay, they have the privilege of personal contact with the paradise central shining. That's an unusual term. And will be embraced by the luminous persons. Okay, now are these are the Trinity, luminous persons. That's the only place I've heard them say that. And disappear from the recognition of his spirit fellows. Okay, so promotion from being a servital. Remember, this is hypothetical. This divine counselor is hypothesizing, which is so weird when they do that. But okay. Okay, so they're embraced, and then they might, through that embrace, be promoted to a graduate guide or metamorphosed into a graduate guide from being a servital. So first, the servital has to go on a mission of service in the super universes, though. Okay, on returning from super universe service, a Havona servital may enjoy numerous divine embraces. Yeah, I read that. Experiencing the luminous embrace. Okay. A quarter of those don't achieve to the service of the super universes, but go on to be graduate guides in Havona. There appears on the high records such a succession of entries as this. And servital number, how do you say this number? 842 trillion, 842 billion, 682,846,782 of Havona, named Sudna, came over from the super universe service, was received on paradise, knew the Father, entered the divine embrace, and is not. It's kind of scary, actually. And then you disappear. You are no longer something. So this servitor enters the divine embrace, knew the Father, and then is not. When such an entry appears on the records, the career of such a servitor is closed. But in just 3 moments, a little less than 3 days of your time, a newborn graduate guide spontaneously appears on the outer circuit of the Havona universe, and the number of graduate guides, allowing for a slight difference due no doubt to those in transition, exactly equals the number of vanished servitals. Okay, so they're figuring this out. Okay, so that's what happens to these servitals. But why doesn't it just say and then became, because it became a graduate guide? Why does it say and is not? I think that's trust or something. I don't know. There's an additional reason for supposing the graduate guides to be evolved Havona servitals, and that is the unfailing tendency of these guides and their associated servitals to form such extraordinary attachments. The manner in which these supposedly separate orders of beings understand and sympathize with one another is wholly inexplicable. It is refreshing and inspiring to witness their mutual devotion. Okay, that's beautiful. Right. Okay. Okay. The seven master spirits and the associated seven supreme power directors, respectively, are the personal repositories of the mind potential and of the power potential of the Supreme Being, which he does not as yet operate personally. And when these paradise associates collaborate to create the Havona servitals, the latter are inherently involved in certain phases of supremacy. Havona servitals are thus in actuality a reflection in the perfect central universe of certain evolutionary potentialities of the time-space domains, all of which is disclosed when a servital undergoes transformation and recreation. We believe that this transformation takes place in response to the will of the infinite spirit, undoubtedly acting in behalf of the Supreme. Okay. Seven supreme power. Okay. Okay. When the Paradise Associates collaborate to create Havona servitals. Okay, we're going to read about that servitals next paper. Yeah. Okay. The Havona servitals are inherently involved in certain phases of supremacy. They're in actuality a reflection in the perfect central universe of certain evolutionary potentialities of the time-space domains. All of which is disclosed when a servital undergoes transformation and recreation. We believe that this transformation takes place in response to the will of the infinite spirit, undoubtedly acting in behalf of the Supreme. So I don't know if I understand that. So these servitals are transformed, they're part of the Supreme, but they embody some kind of ultimate potentials that are expressed through this transformation or something. They are a reflection of the perfect central universe of certain evolutionary potentialities. Okay, yeah. Okay, on behalf of the Supreme Being, okay, we believe that this transformation takes place in response to the will of the infinite spirit, undoubtedly acting in behalf of the Supreme. Graduate guides are not created by the Supreme Being, but we all conjecture that experiential deity is in some way concerned in those transactions which bring these beings into existence. The Havona now traversed by ascending mortals differs in many respects from the central universe as it was before the times of Grand Fanda. The arrival of mortal ascenders on the Havona circuits inaugurated sweeping modifications in the organization of the central and divine creation, modifications undoubtedly initiated by the Supreme Being, the God of evolutionary creatures, in response to the arrival of the first of his experiential children from the 7 superuniverses. The appearance of the graduate guides, together with the creation of the tertiary supernaphim, is indicative of these performances of God the Supreme. Okay, so God the Supreme Being, oh my gosh, so doesn't really do stuff yet, but he's kind of doing these things. So the 7 master spirits and 7 supreme power directors are personal repositories of the potential of the Supreme Being. So the evolving Supreme Being is creating these beings like as perfected reflections of itself, of finite personalities out here in the grand universe, right? Perfected reflections of wow. Maybe these beings are like our higher selves. Like the highest potential of myself or something goes on to guide me in ways of actualizing that potential. Okay, that's a big conjecture. I know. My okay, just suppose that's just an idea. So this servitor would be like a higher version of myself that's guiding me. Because when they come to well, and there's got to be so many because there's a lot of worlds. There's trillion. Okay, this huge. So this is the highest composite version of myself, maybe, that's guiding me, and as a reflection, a perfected reflection of the different versions of self that are working through all of the messes down here in the realms. Okay, that's a fascinating idea. I don't know, but that's a very fascinating idea. I have to leave you. Okay, that's maybe what that is. The servitors and the graduate guides. But these are evolutionary things here. It's pretty fascinating. Okay, I don't know. Okay, all right. Next time, paper 25. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Have a really good day. Thank you. I don't know. I got to do something about the hair. What do you think? Yeah, I think I need to do something. It's like, what is this business right there? I don't know. Okay. I'll fix it. I'll do something. Okay, I'll see you. Bye.